No Man's Sky is easily one of the biggest disappointments in 2016. There was just so much hype behind this title to deliver, and they failed. Hello Games couldn't deliver a product up front. Now, to be fair, even though a lot of fans have abandoned this game and just the general public doesn't give a crap about it anymore, Hello Games is stuck with their guns and have been patching and updating the game continuously. Recently, they released an update known as the Pathfinder update, so I decided to give it a try and see, and answer the question, does No Man's Sky still suck? So the first thing you'll notice when you start up the game is that there are 4 different modes. You have normal, survival, permadeath, and unlimited mode. So it's cool to see that they've added new modes. We'll get into the unlimited mode later. So I thought that I was semi-hardcore, so I was like, yeah, let me try the survival mode. And yeah, it is harder, I will give them that. But it's not harder in the way that things are just more dangerous. It's harder in the way that you have to keep up on your life supports and just keep fueling yourself with resources. Now, another huge thing you'll notice is the game doesn't crash at all. I've played for over 20 hours and I haven't had a single crash, which is much better than at release when people were going 20 minutes into the game and crashing. Unfortunately, there are still some performance issues, specifically with anti-aliasing. For some reason, if you turn it on, the game slugs to about 10-15 frames per second. It's really bad, and I got a Windows 10 that I'm using this on. Now, the cool thing is ships are now purchasable from pretty much anyone you can find. You can just trade your ship up and get a better ship. This is good, and they've also expanded it by adding different classes, so certain ships are going to be stronger in other things than others. Some are faster, some are going to have better attack with their weapons, some are more defensive and can take more hits, etc, etc. It adds a little bit more to, you know, just basic looking for a ship with the most inventory slots possible. But at the end of the day, that's what really matters, is the inventory slots. You can also find some crashed ships on planets. Now, these you can pretty much take and fix up, but man, it is way too damn expensive to fix them up. Not only do you have to fix up the engines and all that stuff, so you're pretty much stuck in that planet again, is you have to fix up all the inventory slots, which costs units. And every time you fix up an inventory slot, the next slot you fix costs more units than the previous one. It makes this kind of useless and more of a grind. They decided to incorporate base building into the game. At first I didn't really care for it, but once I played with unlimited mode and I was driving the vehicles around, using the lasers, upgrading them, and using all the weapons and everything, it was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed it. Having your own base, you know, putting your own colors, building it the way you can, and putting your own decorations is pretty cool. You can also get people across the galaxy that you find. You'll find these specialists. What you can do is you can bring them to your base and use them to create new weapons, technologies for you to use, and just a bunch more to add to the game and just to flesh it out a bit more. So I eventually tried unlimited mode as well as the other modes, and it was just disappointing. I mean, it wasn't really an unlimited mode the way I expected. I wasn't able to really choose the weapon or choose the ship that I want right away. I had to either go find it on the planet or go to a spaceship and find a better ship to use, and also a better weapon as well. Now the thing is, you don't really need inventory because you can pretty much create anything on the fly in terms of technology, as you have unlimited resources. So even though still I wanted to have like the best weapons and the best ship possible with the biggest amount of inventory, just to mess around and to have the specific ship I want just for role-playing purposes, you know, to make it more of an unlimited sandbox, similar to like the creative mode in Minecraft. Now, while I do appreciate all the work that Hello Games has done in making the game a better product than it was at launch, there are still a crap ton of flaws that remain in the game. One of the biggest ones is the inventory management. It's just terrible. I mean, you fill up way too quick. I don't want to reiterate why it's so bad, because I can go on hours and hours for this, but poof, I mean, you constantly fill up and have to throw stuff back into your ship, and your ship fills up pretty quick too. So they just needed to redo the whole inventory system. And again, like I was mentioning throughout, the game is just a massive grind still. It still is every man's grind. You have to get resources to get other resources to build certain technologies to be able to get more resources. It doesn't matter. It's especially in the long run, you're still trying to get new technologies and you're still gathering resources. And while you can find better equipment and better tools to be able to make it go faster, and again better blueprints and all that stuff, it still takes time. It's just time consuming, just to make money, just to get rich, just to get better stuff. It's just time consuming. And again, as you're grinding your way through, there's not much to reward you at the end. You're still gonna see the same thing. All the planets look the damn same. All the animals and creatures eventually look the damn same. All the plants and rocks and all that crap again looks the same. All the planets look the same. There's not much that really keeps you going forward, especially in the late game. And knowing what people know about traveling to the center of the galaxy and how it's really just pointless, there's a lack of motivation to continue on. Overall, I can easily say that No Man's Sky doesn't suck anymore. However, I can't say it's a good game. It's just not very good. It's still very grindy, and it's hard for me to play the game for long periods of time. I just get bored, honestly, even with unlimited mode being not so unlimited. However, with all the criticism and everything said, I do commend Hello Games for sticking with their product. I mean, it's one hell of a thing to stay with something that so many people have abandoned, and you might have messed up in the first time at launch, but you want to show, hey, we got a game, this is our game, we're going to support it as much as we can to the end. When it dies, even if it's already dead, we're still going to try to bring it back to life. And honestly, I can respect that. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts. This is Pow3rh0use signing off.